Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. Changing an improper fraction to a mixed number. So what is an improper fraction? Well, let's say your mother had 2 apples, and she took those 2 apples and she cut them up, each of them into 4 equal parts. So she took the one whole apple and made it into 4 equal parts, which gives us our denominator of 4. And we have 4 pieces. So a whole apple divided into four parts is shown by the fraction 4 over 4. So here is another whole apple. If we add them together, if you remember the rules to adding fractions with like denominators, now we have, it would be 8 of 4 equal parts. So each one of these, remember, is 1/4. So if we add them all together, we have 8/4. This is an improper fraction because 8/4 is more than 1 whole. So anytime the numerator is larger than the denominator, you know that you have more than 1. Anytime the numerator and denominator are the same, it always equals 1 whole. Because if you have 8 equal parts and you have all 8 of them shaded, it's the whole thing. So remember, anytime the numerator and denominator is the same, it equals 1 whole. So let's go back to this case. Now, let's suppose that you came home from school and you were hungry and you wanted to eat some of these apple slices. So let's say you ate all 4 of these and then you ate 2 more and then you were full. Okay, so if we want to know how much you ate, let's see, you ate 4/4 plus 2/4 equals 6/4. Okay, again, we know right away that that is an improper fraction because it's more than 1 whole. So how do we turn this improper fraction into a mixed number? Here's our steps. Step 1, divide the numerator by the denominator. Step 2, write down the whole number part and the remainder as a fraction over the denominator. A lot of times math instructions seem more difficult than they really are, and this is one of those times. First of all, step 1, divide the numerator by the denominator. If you watched my beginning videos on fractions, I taught you that this bar is called a division bar because a fraction is basically a division problem. So what it's telling you to do is take the numerator, divide it by the denominator. So let's do that. So let's take the numerator, which is 10, and we're going to divide it by the denominator. 8 goes into 10 one time, and that's 8. And we're going to subtract it, and we have 2. Now, what do we do with that 2? Let's go up to step 2. Write down the whole number part and the remainder as a fraction over the denominator. So this 2 is basically the remainder. So what it says to do is write down the whole number and then take the remainder and write it over the denominator as a fraction. So 10/8 equals 1 2/8. Because we know that 8 over 8 is 1 whole, and then we would have 2/8 left over. So let's look at this next example. It has a little bit more. So we have 16 over 5. So what we want to do is take the numerator and we want to divide it by the denominator. How many 5s go into 16? Well, I know that 3 times 5 is 15, so that means it goes in 3 times. 3 times 5 is 15. If I subtract, I get 1, so my remainder is 1. So if I'm going to write this as a mixed number, I'm going to take the whole number 3, I'm going to take the remainder, and I'm going to put it over 5. And one last one over here, 14 over 11. I'm going to take the numerator, 14, I'm going to divide it by the denominator. 11 goes into 14 one time, which is 11. I subtract and I get 3, so my remainder is 3. So this equals 1 and 3 11ths because I take the whole number and I put the remainder over the denominator. Now I want to show you one more quick thing because I talked about how when the numerator and denominator is the same, it equals 1. Well, over here with 10 over 8, we could say 8 over 8 equals 1. We have 10 over 8, so we'd have 2 left over. So 2 over 8. So we have 1 and 2 over 8. Here, 5 over 5 equals 1. Well, we can have 5 over 5 plus 5 over 5 plus 5 over 5 equals 15 over 5. So remember, each one of these is one whole. So there's 3 wholes, and that's 15 over 5, but we have 16 over 5, so we have 1/5 left over. Same here, 11 over 11 equals 1, and then there's 3 11ths left over. So that's changing an improper fraction to a mixed number.